You're right. But after
Mute off.
Oh yeah, mute. Am I muted?
No, I'm just telling everybody else. Take your mute off so they can
mute
hear.
off. Yeah,
In
that's
case we
right.
laugh.
It'll still sound like all the mutes on with the laughter. So thank you. So I was thinking, instead of starting out the way you're supposed to start out doing comedy, namely getting you on my side and convincing you I'm funny, I'm going to actually do kind of a nod to some of the, well, stuff Ski is calling humany, comedy. That's the word, right? Humor, comedy, whatever.
Dad joke.
Whatever. So I was thinking, like, one thought I had the other day is, like, the hardest part about helping kids see things through another person's eyes is getting the eyes. And
Pretty easy.
but it is, it's important to teach the kids too that, the grass is always greener where you buried the bodies. Also that, I don't think I have the skill to fake ineptitude, so I just let it happen naturally. If I had a petting zoo, I'd like to have a sign reminding people not to let their children tease the animals. It would say, please don't let your kids kid kids.
Oh man, that is a dad joke.
Yeah, wasn't it? It took me a while to figure out how to get all three of those in order that made sense, but that's
Sorry,
proof that. No, you're okay, Atul. You can heckle me all you want. I'll just say your name over and over as an insult. So I said to my 11-year-old daughter one day, I'm like, aren't your toes cold? And she goes, no, I can't feel them at all. Oh, I know, right?
Genius.
I'm a good parent, though. So, before all of this happened, we don't even have to explain what all of this is, right? I wasn't a big social media user, but with all the free time I have on my hands these days, I do find myself getting sucked into all kinds of trivial arguments, hearing violent threats and just the worst type of discussion, which is why it's nice to get away from my kids and get onto YouTube and hear their comments and maybe 4chan and hear some more civil discussion than I would otherwise normally hear at home. So I think it'll be weird also to get back into the real world and meet. I mean, I think I actually met most of you in the real world already, but there's a few people who I feel like I've only met through Zoom, and it'll be unusual because people will probably expect me to look them in the eye when I talk to them, because it's not just a computer that I'm interacting with. It might feel like it is to them. That they're interacting with a computer, but at least this way I get to read my notes on what the discussion should be like. If the rest of you would please read the notes I sent you on how to interact with me on the other end of it, I could have a perfect life here in Zoom world. But a lot of I didn't get into stand-up until I was in my 40s, because before that I was happy. And a lot of people ask, well, how do you get into comedy? And as far as I can tell, most common scenario is you have a traumatic childhood. Unfortunately, I had an excellent childhood. But I still feel like I have hope as a comedian, because I have been going through 3 traumatic childhoods here for quite a while now with my own. They're not actually experiencing a traumatic childhood. It's just their parents are experiencing one, thanks to them. So, yeah, what was it? Where am I? Oh, I better hurry up. I want to do this one. So it's weird how even if somebody's isn't mad already, you can make them mad just by asking why they're mad. You're like, are you mad? No, I'm not mad. Why are you mad? I'm not mad. Well, you look mad. I told you I'm not mad. You sound mad. Well, yeah, you're starting to make me mad. You're totally mad. You've been mad since we got to the party. In fact, that's why we had to leave early because you were so mad. You made everyone uncomfortable. I wasn't mad, but I'm really mad now. But other emotions don't work that way, right? Like, are you horny? No, I'm not horny. Why are you horny? I'm not horny. Well, you look horny. I told you I'm not horny. Down horny? Well, yeah, you're starting to make me horny. You're totally horny. You've been horny since we got to the party. In fact, that's why we had to leave early because you were so horny you made everyone uncomfortable. I wasn't horny, but I'm really horny now. Yeah. So I hope I can be a dad like my dad was, one day, but my wife tells me I can't be. I actually have to, feed the kids and change the diapers and play with them and stuff. But you never know really what you're going to be passing on to the next generation. And, my dad was an adrenaline junkie before there was a term for it. And so when he looked at what he was going to pass on to me, he was nervous and he's like, all right, I got 3 rules for you to live by. 1, you always wear your helmet when you go whitewater kayaking, because of course that's what he got me into. 2, there's no such thing as an unloaded gun. And 3, no matter how much you've had to drink, you never, ever let a woman drive. I obviously can't teach that to the future generations, but I'm going to be teaching them not to let computers drive. I think that's probably just going too far and letting them get too much. But let's see, kids. And then I had this idea recently, like you kind of want kids to get an idea of what it's like to be a parent. And they got me into Minecraft recently, and I realized that me going into their Minecraft worlds is basically like being their kid, because I got in there and they have to tell me how to walk, they tell me how to fly or something, and then I point at something and I destroy their whole work because it just knocks it down and stuff. So it's actually really helpful. I couldn't go upstairs or through doors, but I got to break stuff and then they had to fix it. So they were pretty gracious. I kind of wish they'd been meaner because they're way too patient and makes me feel guilty now. But oh well. Yeah, I'm going way over, so you better stop me.
Stop!
I mean, I would keep going. Literally, I could do hours of this, so as long as by this we mean like not necessarily funny, just me enjoying hearing myself talk. So,
I understand how that works. I share the same thing. I love hearing myself.
You're very gracious.
That was good.
Big round of applause for Dave Gus. Yay!